Those comments hurt. I was really hurt and insecure. Like, I literally could not stop crying.
I just want to explain a few things. I'm really reconsidering quitting TikTok.
It's just a put a finger down trend. There was no any kind of intentions to this video. It was
Saying if I didn't meet up with him, he'd kill my parents in front of me and take me.
I don't know what the to do.
Alright, this is probably one of the more serious videos I've made. Today we're going to be talking about how the negative effects of social media cause someone to legitimately remove themselves from the arcades of the internet while having millions of followers, but not before experiencing harassment, extreme levels of stalking, threats, stress, and anxiety. The mind-boggling fact about this story is that majority of this took place before she even turned 18 years old. Now, you're probably wondering why me, a creator who basically specializes in comedy and uplifting people, decided to cover such a horrific topic. But in light of what's going on recently with the TikTok ban in America, you can consider this a side project of my video essay from last summer on the toxicity of TikTok. Not to mention I also have younger sisters as well. One being part of Ava's year. Knowing that there are dangerous people out in this world made me want to shine light on these horrific events. Lastly, I'm covering her story because, believe it or not, people are still asking to this day what happened to her. So, because this topic is quite serious for my channel, even more than my video from last year, I have to warn you that some of the information you're about to hear can be disturbing and shocking for some viewers. With that in mind, today we're going to be talking about what happened to Ava Rhodes winning. Ava Rhodes was born on October 11, 2003 in Canada, and according to her Vice article, she has never really been interested in social media and didn't cave in until around 15 years old after persistent influence from her friends. Looking back to some of her past live streams, that fact is actually apparent, as most of her live streams didn't last long, with constant promises of coming back soon.
Okay, I'm probably gonna end the live here and chill, but it was nice going live, and I'll try and be more consistent and actually go live more often. Yeah, okay, it was nice to talk to y'all again. I'll let you know how things are going. Yeah, I'll go live soon again. Okay, bye guys. I'll go live more often though. It's pretty fun. I'm so busy all the time and it's so annoying.
But she couldn't always deliver on them. In fact, there are some archived live streams of Ava where she addressed leaving TikTok because she really felt the fame and attention wasn't for her.
I'm really reconsidering quitting TikTok. And I also want to say that it's not really because of hate. I don't want to put like hate over supporters or anything like that because I love y'all, obviously.
Other than that, Ava seemed to get off the ordinary teen influencer vibe in majority of her TikToks and posts. Of course, being a young girl on TikTok, it was almost inevitable for the typical spam comments of creepy people, and if the comments weren't creepy, they were toxic and harmful at times. Now, a person's mind is most sensitive during their terrible twos in their teen years, so seeing the constant negative comments combined with the fact that I already not want to be that much of a huge public figure in social media, damage was bound to occur. There have been videos of Ava responding to the constant negativity saying that she was hurt or felt insecure. The comments range from body shaming to her braces and even sexualizing her.
So I wanted to make a video on this because I didn't do it before. Basically, my hair dye and my haircut was not doing me good. I went to LA to film this video, which is now not anywhere on the internet. I had it taken down. And people thought because I looked different that they could just spread a bunch of hate. I don't always look that good. I'm able to look bad. I can look bad when I want to look bad. And it is not for you to judge. Those comments hurt. I was really hurt and insecure. Like, I literally could not stop crying. But I found love in myself, and I hope you do too, because I don't want anyone to go through that.
Right now, yeah, I'm trying to get off of TikTok because I think it's just become very toxic. A lot of sexualizing of younger girls and guys. It is there too for guys. I hope y'all know that. We just don't talk about it.
Her being only 15 or 16 at the time only made it worse. That's really been my issue with TikTok and social media in general. How parents can just leave their children unmonitored on any platform is just dangerous. I've already said my stance on TikTok and its negative impact on social media, but to summarize, I wasn't that much of a fan of the platform until the 2020 pandemic. That didn't really last long as much as I grew bored of the repetitiveness by early 2022. However, during my time on TikTok, I cannot say for certain that I've heard or saw an Ava Rhodes video. By April 2022, she amassed a total of 2.7 million followers and over 60 million likes before deleting her account due to the increasing issues and the next brutal topic I'm about to go over, the stalking incident. In July 2020, Ava would go through one of the most disastrous periods of her life when she was under constant harassment from a strange follower. At first, the stranger contacted her and her best friend Gabriel with the messages of her home address and wanted to know who she was dating. They originally laughed it off as it was some weird fan. However, this next message unfortunately manifested into reality. I had something planned for Ava. You'll see in the next few months. I'm planning something big. One day while hanging with her friend Gabriel, Ava's cell phone service had temporarily shut off and wasn't able to text her father. It just wouldn't go through. When it did, she was flooded with text messages telling her to check her social media pages. Her Facebook page had a status about her committing suicide, but she hadn't posted that. Turns out the mysterious stalker had actually gotten to all her social media accounts, texts, emails, and even phone contacts. Ava said that the stalker was texting stuff about how he wanted to her and get her.
Kind of started off with like, he messaged me 3 months before he hacked me and my best friend, kind of saying like, I have something planned. I didn't take it seriously, neither did my best friend. We were kind of just like, it's some troll trying to scare us, and it wasn't. And he hacked me on my best friend's birthday, and it wasn't really a hack, it was a SIM swap, but hack is just kind of an easier term for people to understand. So he was in all of my socials just posting disgusting things. It was really scary.
He was also texting her dad saying she wasn't allowed to leave the house because he was always watching. Just extreme and completely uncalled for threats. But unfortunately, that was just the beginning of this appalling nightmare. The next act that took place turned the situation from harassment to imminent danger. A rock smashed through Ava's mom's car window with the message, I want to take and impregnate you. It was eventually revealed that Ava fell victim to a SIM swapping act in which the hacker took control of all her accounts, making foul posts and sending inappropriate messages for millions of her fans to see. Ava had no control and could only watch it happen until she settled things with her phone carrier. The stalker even called Ava's parents, demanding to speak to her, and when he called Ava, it was for much more vulgar reasons. He even asked if he could have sex with her. After that, the police ordered Ava to another residency because she couldn't stay at home anymore. It just wasn't safe. But even after staying at a friend's place, the stalker had reached her there, even threatening to kill her parents and abduct her if she went to the police. It was just a never-ending nightmare. Of course, over the next few weeks, Ava would take unexplained breaks on social media. At first, she would avoid going into detail into the topic, but eventually revealed that she wasn't allowed to for her own safety.
A lot of people got mad that I was gone for so long, and I never really, explained myself. All I'm going to say is, you know what, I'll wait for someone else to ask because I don't know if it's a good idea. Yeah, I had no choice. It wasn't that I chose not to post, it was I was literally not allowed. I was not allowed. When I was hacked, the situation got a lot worse. So, and it wasn't just hacking.
However, as with all nightmares, they end eventually. After a period, Ava received a phone call that the stalker was found and arrested. A burden had finally been lifted from her shoulders. When found, the police retrieved 6 separate phones and a bunch of SIM cards in the stalker's possessions. Many of them contained photos and videos of Ava's social media accounts. Ava revealed on a Really Mental podcast about how the stalker hacked her with a SIM card swap exchange because the stalker had pretended to be her father.
Him calling my service provider, pretending to be my dad, and he convinced the person that he was on the phone with to give him my SIM card. So when you have someone's SIM card, you're basically holding everything in their phone. So he didn't need he was in my emails, he was in my texts, he didn't need anything to hack it. It was already signed in, pretty much.
This horrible event, though it was finally over, would impact her mentally for years to come. Ava would eventually make a return to TikTok and social media. But however, as stated earlier, not being intrigued by social media, the fame, the fortune, and the cherry on top, the stalking incident, it wouldn't last long. Though the incident was over, Ava tried to resume her no more influence activities on the internet, but it was still met with negativity and criticism.
So I got a lot of hate on this, mostly from girls. I didn't choose not to go through these phases, I just didn't. I don't know how that makes me think I'm cool or pick me girl, because I legitimately didn't go through phases. I don't know what that means. It's just a put a finger down trend. There was no, it's also my spam account, so there was not really any kind of intentions to this video. It was just for fun.
Oh, who's the prettiest? Oh, who would you choose? This, that, and it's like, we are not like objects on a shelf that you look at and you rate which one looks the best. We're people. And most of us are also younger people, okay? Like, I don't want to be compared against my own friends. I don't.
In early 2022, Ava Rose loaded on her Instagram story, which would be her last social media post as of this recording, stating that she was officially quitting. She didn't have the passion for content creation anymore, and that she couldn't focus on her friends and family while having a spotlight for millions of people around the world to see her. She also stated that negativity takes a toll, and that she felt as if she was living someone else's dream. As mentioned earlier, Ava made very rare and brief appearances on social media since 2022. Twice appearing on the Really Mental podcast, where she goes over her stalking experience and how her mental health has evolved since then.
And I got something delivered to my house from a stranger today, which was kind of a little shock. So, you know, those things still happen. I think that's why I'm very always feeling unsafe.
So, Ava, how have you been? How is your mental health?
Honestly, recently it's been a little difficult, but I've had so much more support than I used to have, which has made it a lot easier. And I definitely have a better way of managing it now.
There's also a video on TikTok uploaded by IndyCar in July 2023 which features Ava. Other than that, Ava Rose has successfully become a memory of the early era on TikTok, where only some of her videos can be found scattered across the interwebs. Ava had briefly mentioned on the Really Mental podcast that since her incident, she actually wants to become a therapist and help others.
What do you see as a career for you?
I want to be a therapist. I really want to help people.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I think especially after everything, I really want to help people.
She seems very open to talking about her incident, how she's learned from it, and her mental health since then. In conclusion, I believe a story like this would perfectly summarize my stance on TikTok and social media. It's stories like these where I can easily see why a lot of creators take freaking breaks. Corey Kenshin, for example, one of the greatest influences in my life. Is his story different from Ava's?
There's no possible way that I can retire. And while I'm sure that's great news to some people, it kind of feels like I'm playing with the feelings of other people. Along the way, you know, you build your community and everything's fine. Everything's peachy. Everyone loves you. Man, your reach extends further than the people that know you, i.e., you get clips going viral and then people that have never seen you before judge you. All of a sudden, you go down in those comments and it's not everybody telling you that they love you anymore. It's, this guy sucks, or this y'all favorite YouTuber.
I hope Ava's story brings more awareness to the danger of social media and how taxing it can be. No matter how old you are, it's important to stay safe and always check in on one another. No matter how silly that sounds, always check in on your family and your friends so they never have to go through any battles alone. As for Ava, I hope she does well in her future opportunities in this world. For someone who never wanted to be in the spotlight in the first place, dealing with life-altering events that no one should experience in their lifetime, she's a warrior for bearing through it all. My end goal from this video was to hopefully clarify Ava's story and the confusion of the disappearance of the once viral TikTok megastar.